Trouble stick, young God, they welcome. Now this can't end cause commotion. This rhythm got me feeling good, and this feeling got me in the mood. So what's the make a dance? Body wale, kaloko shele. That's on one please. It's a banger.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marilina Kano, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining the fam. And if you're a regular subscriber, thank you so much for watching this video. Now this is going to be a deviation from what I usually put out. However, for posterity's sake, I should be able to look back on this video and be proud of what I'm going to say today. I will not call myself a feminist, a woman lover, if I did not make this video at this time. In fact, I think that this video is actually long overdue. It seems that a lot of women are coming out right now to tell their stories of how their spouses are abusing them. I'm not surprised, but I think it's long overdue, for women to actually come out and tell their lived experience in the typical Nigerian marriage. And I'm not saying that all Nigerian marriages are bad, but a lot of them, personally, from what I have seen, are nonsense, rubbish. A lot of them are nonsense. A lot of them are a den to put women down and make women not reach their full potential. There's this prominent gospel musician that just died from, domestic abuse. Her husband killed her. Now, if you see this woman is, when a Nigerian man, a typical Nigerian man describes a typical Nigerian wife, this is the look or this is what they describe. Her personality is what they describe. She's meek, she's humble, she seems like she's submissive, she's quiet. She was a kind of woman who didn't have any bank accounts, She shared a bank account with her husband. In fact, she didn't have any bank accounts. Any money that she's supposed to have goes through her husband. That's how, submissive she was. To the extent that because she became very popular with this song, which I'll put here, a clip of her singing. She's a very prominent Igbo singer, Igbo gospel singer. She sang the song Ekweme. Her name is OSINACHI NWACHUKWU. Now, OSINACHI was married to this man for, I think their first child is about 12 or 13. I don't really know how long they were married. But from the accounts of her family members, they said that since the man got married to her, they were unable to actually see their daughter. Then her mother was complaining that she gave birth to 3 boys and a girl. She was complaining that all those times she was giving birth, she was not allowed to come see her daughter. Each time she tries to go see her daughter, her husband will refuse any of her family to go see them. And when I made a video, I'll put it up here, I talked about abusers. And the first thing they do, most of the time they isolate you. Isolation is the #1 thing most abusers do, so that you will not see anybody to talk to you or to talk sense into you. And when you are being isolated like this, you're being forced to look inwards or look at them for your source of help. So he used the isolation tactics to actually take her away from her family. Then he crumbled her financially. It got to the extent that, like I said previously, she didn't have a bank account. Whatever money she got was through her husband's account. She became popular, she goes for music gigs, and some pastors have noted that each time, they ask, okay, let's give you some token, it's the husband account that she puts it in. Now, even her children has given accounts that this husband of her was always beating her. The first son said at one point, because they had 2 cars, she was gifted 2 cars, and she wasn't allowed to ride any of them. The son gave an account that on one occasion, they were on their way from church. Maybe the mother made a statement or something happened in the car. She was pushed down from the car to the extent that her stuff was stolen by criminals because she had to walk home There was no money on her. She had to walk home in the dead of night. So criminals took whatever they could find on her. And I'm grateful that she wasn't raped. But that was how it was. And even this same son gave an account that if the father was beating her, the father would ask the boys to come hold her down for more beating. That's how the abuse was. Now, this woman never said a thing. She never told anybody what was going on. Her immediate family knew, like her mom, daughters knew, but they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. They had a son, because in the Nigerian society, sons are quite important for these kinds of situations. But their first son was dead, so there was really nobody to look out for the interest of this woman. And she was there until she suffered. Now, not only that, I come from a society where divorce is frowned upon. Like any woman who takes the initiative to leave a bad marriage, she's ostracized from the society. Especially women. A lot of women, we call her, we call her a lot of names, a divorcee. Even men will not even want to associate with her because they term her a divorcee, that she wasn't able to keep her home. The Nigerian people believe that it's the responsibility of a woman only to keep her home. Now you will see this bias in so many places, that the Nigerian men, even in church, are not cautioned. In Nigeria, we train the women and we leave the men. A lot of Nigerian men are rotten and they have a very wrong orientation about marriage. A very wrong orientation about marriage. Once a girl is growing up, all they instill in her is that all this is your education, all this is to serve a man. Why the man will not be taught any life skill other than to go make money. Where does that benefit anyone? I think a lot of things needs to change. Now she's dead, there's this publication of social media on her death, and now a lot of women are coming out to speak, to talk about their predicaments in their home. See, I have seen a lot of things in Nigeria, and I used to think Nigeria is not redeemable because the women have gotten so used to the abuse. They've inculcated that into their brain that abuse is part of their life. A lot of them will tell you that marriage is endurance. Who told you that you have to endure in a marriage? If I live better single, I don't have anybody, battering me or anybody telling me what to do. Do you think I prefer that than going under a man that have to give me instructions like a child? Mbanu now. God forbid. I wouldn't do that. I would only go into a marriage that is mutually beneficial and there's respect. Because as a woman, I also need respect too. That there's mutual respect, mutual love. That's why I really don't believe in the Bible. I really don't follow the Christian Bible, because the people who wrote these things are men that wrote these things to favor them, to exonerate their bad, stupid attitude while putting women down. I'm not a big fan of the Bible. Why I like the teachings of Christ, but not a lot of things in the Bible. As long as it doesn't favor me or it doesn't put me in the spotlight, is not for me. I think the government should actually start looking into this, because first world people, like people in the Americas, I know they have abuse. I know they have, but at least there are consequences for abuse. There are consequences for domestic abuse. But here in Nigeria, we do not have consequences. We do not have concrete laws that states that somebody is going to be punished for abusing somebody physically. No. And even if it's there, which I don't really know, but it's not being upheld, what you will see on a natural is if a husband abuses a wife, okay? It's your husband, a family matter, it's a family problem. You guys go sort it out. And it's not doing anything for anybody. The time has come for the government of Nigeria to put things in place for women to be safe. Women are not safe in this country. From the laws that govern, from the cultural laws to the traditional laws to the Christian laws, all these laws, if you look at them, they are, made to force women to be in marriages that no longer serve them. An African marriage do not serve a woman. An African marriage is, for a woman, servitude. That's why they refuse to train the girl child. If you go to the northern part of Nigeria, the girl child, the education is like 70% girls are not educated. They pull them down so that at the end of the day, they become very dependent to this men, to this beast of men, that are put there to actually protect this, but they don't protect. Nobody protects no more. Everybody serves their ego. Everyone serves their ego. You see a typical African man telling you he wants to take 2, 3, 4 wives. You know, and the women will be there while he brings women up and women up. A lot of them have side chicks. What do you think is causing that? And the society doesn't frown upon it because they are men. Things need to change. Even in the religious body, you go to most churches, all they preach about is women respect your husband, women be submissive, women this, women that. Hardly before you see a sermon that is geared towards the attitude of a man. Hardly before you see a sermon that admonishes men. Hardly. All they tell men is make money, you know. How many, and this society is crumbling, the economy is bad. So where is the money these men are bringing in? You don't train them to have emotional intelligence. You don't train them, you don't give them basic life skills. Now, to make the money, they cannot make it with you because the economy is down. So these men are left with no other thing but frustration. And they take it out upon those people who are closest to them, their wives, if they have one. So this needs to stop. This needs to stop. Everybody needs to be, you know, up and doing. Every institution in Nigeria, ranging from the police to culture, culture needs to be re-evaluated. I'm an Igbo woman, but sometimes I'm ashamed to be called an Igbo woman. Because the Igbo people, they sell their children, especially their female children. And they tell these children that when you go to a husband's house, do not come back. So no matter what abuse they face there, they are obligated to remain with the man. And there's no surprise. If you look at all the cases that have been coming out in Nigeria, most of them are Igbos. Most of them are Igbo men. As it stands now, I do not think I will ever be with an Igbo man because his typical mentality when it comes to women is nothing to write home about. Especially their wives. Their daughters, there's a different rule for their daughters compared to their wives. Their wives are not seen as anything. There's just a different rule that applies to their children. Their female daughters can do whatever. But once they are their wives, no. They make sure that this woman suffer. They make sure they subdue this woman. If you are no longer compatible, if you feel she talks too much, she answers, she doesn't respect you, you do not command respect by beating somebody. How do you walk away, or you divorce, or you separate? Beating people is a crime. Beating people is a crime. And society itself is not even fair in this situation. Society will ridicule a woman who has told herself that no, I'm not going to be in this situation, because a woman who is enjoying her marriage will not want to leave that marriage. A woman who then put honey for her mouth and not go like honey now. A woman who is enjoying her marriage will not want to leave it. So when a woman gets up and say, I want to leave this situation, it no longer serves me. Why do we have to ridicule that woman and put that woman down? Or is this something you're not telling me? Are we cajoling, forcing these women, whipping these women to actually be with these men, knowing that they have no value? What are we doing in this society? Because it's indirectly sending a message that you train beasts and unleash beasts into a society, and you cajole these women, you ridicule them into accepting the beastly behavior. A lot of men will tell me, oh, our grandmother, who told you they were happy? A lot of them endured. I'm a witness to it. My grandmother endured basbos from my grandfather. Till today, she's still suffering ear problem, eye problem, because the man gave her a lot of beating. A man she gave 11 children for. God forbid that I make a man immortal. A man who will beat me black and blue, who has no respect, because you don't beat people you respect. Women need respect too. Not only men, they find respect. Even your same Bible says submit to each other. Treat your wife the way you want to be treated. And this Bible of a thing that calls women weaker vessel, helpmates. See, me, I don't be anybody helpmates. I am not weak. My vagina did not make me weak. I have good cognitive ability to think for myself. I'm a single woman. If I live better being single, I wake up alone on my bed, I eat whatever I want. Nobody in my hair, yap, yap, yap. No children destroying my body. Nothing. Who wouldn't want that kind of life? I'm enjoying my life as it is right now. And I'm even skeptical to be married to anybody. Skeptical. It takes a special man for me, Uloma, to be able to settle with. All this nonsense I'm seeing here, they don't intrigue me. They don't intrigue me. A lot of women marry because of societal pressure. Because of societal pressure. Society has so beaten these women, giving them less education, giving them less option, to the extent that their only source of, raising their head up from the water is a man. Society made it so. And then in Igbo land now, a woman does not have land. She cannot inherit land. Who dash monkey nyash? She cannot inherit land in her hometown. But money for burial, they will include her. Age parents are sick, they will include her. Siblings want this, they will include her. But she does not have anywhere to go on enough. That means a woman do not have ancestral land. Things need to be changed. If women are given options, they will stay in a place that gives them peace of mind. And they are able to leave a place that no longer serves them. Look at stupid laws. Men are polygamous in nature. Who tell you say woman not get the capacity to cheat? Every woman has the capacity to cheat. You go and put stupid laws in place. If a woman goes outside, she kills her husband. What blackmail is that? Everything woman, you go to the church, submit, respect. Where is the preaching for the men? Releasing beast into the society. Where is the preaching for the men? Men are rotting to the core. Things need to change. From the government's body, government should put systems in place to curtail abuse. The first world country, they're not first world. I'm sure there were a lot of abuse before the government had to put things in place for the women to at least thrive. It's hard time Nigeria do that. And curtail certain things. Nigeria should begin to do that. The church is the worst culprit of them all. The church are the ones who brainwash these people. A whole woman, portal of life, with sense, with beauty, subject themselves to smelly men. Women, you know what you carry. I'm a woman. I'm a testimony of what I carry. Why do you allow these men to put you down? Why do you allow these men to treat you like rag? Why do you allow society to make you seem like you're not important? Stand up. It's hard to say, given what is put in place. But at the end of the day, you will see the light. You will see the light. Do not stay there, make them kill you. If they kill you, another woman will come, enter your house, maltreat your children. Better you stay and go away and be alive to take care of your children. To take care of your children. And the worst part of it is not all men. A lot of men will come on social media and say not all men. Okay, not all men. But you sit down, you watch men and wife and husband fight. You watch the husband pan a beat the woman. You bring a camera. You begin to record. Then you don't separate them. How many men have you talked to? How many abusers have you put in jail? Because if you're looking for them, go to 2 streets, you will see them plenty. How many have you are sitting there, you're drinking beer, you are seeing a man, tell a common woman, where they bend down peace. You cannot utter a word. Then you come and say, not all men, I'm a good man. My father was, you are not a good man, you're a bad man, you are the worst. You are the worst. If we want this menace to stop, men and women and churches and governments and all concerning bodies will have to come together and look into this issue, or else it's going to get worse. Marriage is a beautiful thing. I have my money, you have your money, we come together, we solve issues, we raise children together, we do this together. It is better. But if it's becoming painful for me that I am better off doing things alone, I'm going to leave you. Everybody should be selfish, self-serving. Move away from a place that no longer serves you. Alright guys, that's the end of my video for today. I've gotten things off my chest that I wanted to get off my chest. And I have a lot more to talk about, but seeing that I don't want this video to be too long, I'm going to stop here. Please listen to or watch my other videos. Follow me on Instagram at Marilyn_Akano. Follow me on Instagram at NigerChick. And please give this video a thumbs up. Share it. Share it if you like what you see. Share it. So women will see this, and men, and maybe change their ways, because there's too much talking going on right now, not a lot of action. You know, share it to your friends, share it to your family, and let's get the discussion popping. If you have any questions, ask me. I have plenty material on marriage. I'm not claiming that I know it all, but I have seen enough in my 3 decades of life to know things about marriage that a lot of people do not know. There's no sugarcoating on this channel. All right, guys, I'll see you. Bye. Bye-bye.